Kelly Ripa recently garnered media attention for her actions on behalf of a famous acquaintance. Let's Talk Off Camera with Kelly Ripa. Ripa's podcast recently featured this revelation. On the podcast, she was talking to a friend about something Kelly done for her when she was at her lowest. Saved by Kelly Ripa, the career of Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg, one of the biggest stars of The Masked Singer on television, is Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. Before taking on a few modest film parts and starting a career in television, she began her career as a Playboy model. But at one time, Jenny said that Kelly Ripa was there to support her when she was at her lowest. McCarthy Wahlberg discussed how Kelly saved her life on an episode of Ripa's podcast. Jenny McCarthy, on vow renewals, the Vatican, and the very scary pill on a plane. When Jenny's son was diagnosed with autism in 2007, she was supposed to appear on Kelly's Live. She admitted that feeding Even and getting him medical attention was the last thing she wanted to do. She required the funds. She clung to Kelly Ripa like a life preserver, according to Jenny. Jenny remarked, "I'm so grateful. I will never forget that it was the lowest point of my entire life." According to Kelly, Jenny wrote her book after she connected her with a man who was in charge of an organization for people with autism. Jenny claimed that Kelly assisted her in promoting her book as well. McCarthy Wahlberg Jenny going back to the singer in The Mask. Even though Jenny's kid was diagnosed with autism in 2007, he has continued to pursue his own goals. He even collaborates with his mother as a crew member on The Masked Singer. In addition, a new season of The Masked Singer will premiere in September. Along with Rita Ora, Ken Jeong, and Robin Thicke, Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg will return. Nicole Scherzinger departed the program prior to the previous season in order to work on a music tour. Hence, this will be Ora's second season. Ora left a positive impact. Ora is still in the cast, so it appears that Scherzinger won't be returning to The Masked Singer at all. Filming for the full season took place between June 6 and June 26, but the cast and outcomes were kept under wraps. This season, 16 celebrities will be revealed once more. How do you feel about Jenny McCarthy's account of how Kelly Ripa came to her rescue during her worst moments? The Live with Kelly and Mark studio is no stranger to emotional stories. But this week, Kelly Ripa stunned her audience with one of the most powerful and heartfelt moments in recent memory. Between her quick wit and natural charm, Kelly took a rare pause to reveal something deeply personal. A story about helping a famous friend who, as she described, had hit rock bottom and nearly lost everything. What followed wasn't just a touching confession. It was a raw reminder of how compassion, friendship, and tough love can change a life. It began as a typical morning on Live. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos were in their usual high spirits, sharing their playful back and forth that fans have come to adore. The audience was laughing, the coffee was flowing, and the energy felt light. But then, during a segment about helping friends in need, Kelly's tone shifted. She looked down for a moment, visibly collecting herself. And when she looked back up, her voice was quieter, more serious. "Sometimes," she began, "you think you know someone completely, and then one day you realize they're fighting a battle you never saw coming." The audience fell silent. Mark reached over and touched her hand, a quiet gesture of encouragement. Kelly took a breath and continued. "I won't say names," she added carefully, "but someone very close to me, someone the world knows and loves, was in a really dark place not too long ago. They'd lost themselves, and I couldn't just sit back and watch it happen." Those who followed Kelly Ripa's career know she's been a fiercely loyal friend, devoted, honest, and unafraid to tell the truth even when it's uncomfortable. So when she said she couldn't just sit back, it wasn't surprising. But as she went on, it became clear that what she'd done went far beyond a simple act of friendship. The story unfolded like something out of a movie. Kelly described how her friend, another well-known TV personality, had withdrawn from everyone. They stopped answering calls, stopped showing up to work events, and just disappeared into their own sadness. She recalled, "I knew something was wrong. I told Mark, we're going over there. Right now." According to Kelly, she and Mark drove to their friend's home late one evening after receiving a concerning text. What they found, she said, broke her heart. The house was dark. It felt heavy, like the air itself was tired, Kelly said softly. When we finally saw them, they were sitting on the floor just staring. No words, no spark. It wasn't the person I knew. Kelly, in classic Ripa fashion, refused to leave until her friend agreed to accept help. "I told them, you don't have to do this alone. You're not a headline. You're a human being who deserves to get better." Her honesty and warmth broke through. Over the next few weeks, Kelly and Mark became a lifeline for their struggling friend. Kelly admitted she called daily, sometimes multiple times a day, just to check in. She organized therapy sessions, brought meals, and even joked that she practically moved in for a while. "I wasn't trying to be a hero," Kelly clarified on the show. "I just couldn't lose someone I loved to silence." Viewers were visibly emotional as she spoke. Some in the audience wiped away tears, while others nodded along, clearly moved by the reminder that fame doesn't shield anyone from pain. Mark added his own reflection, saying, "It's easy to think people who seem happy and successful have it all figured out. But everyone needs someone who won't give up on them." Kelly smiled at him and responded, "And that's what love is, right? Showing up even when it's uncomfortable." Although she didn't reveal the identity of her friend, speculation quickly spread online. Fans began piecing together clues. Was it a former co-star? A celebrity who'd been out of the spotlight recently? Kelly didn't confirm, but she emphasized that the person was doing so much better now. "They've gotten back to a place of light," she said proudly. "And seeing them smile again, seeing them laugh, it's like watching someone come back to life." Social media lit up within minutes of the broadcast. Fans praised Kelly's compassion, calling her a true friend and a quiet hero. One viewer wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "Kelly Ripa just reminded us all that sometimes saving someone doesn't mean fixing them, it means sitting beside them until they remember who they are." Another said, "What Kelly did for her friend shows why she's so loved. She's not just funny and stylish, she's got a real heart." Producers of Live were reportedly moved too, saying they hadn't planned for the moment to happen on air. A source close to the show shared, "Kelly spoke from her soul. There were no cue cards, no prep, just truth." In the days following the episode, Kelly elaborated on Instagram with a message that resonated deeply with her followers. "Check on your strong friends. Check on your funny friends. Check on the ones who seem okay. You never know whose world is quietly falling apart." The post quickly went viral, gaining thousands of comments from fans and fellow celebrities alike. Many shared their own stories of helping loved ones through dark times, or of being the person who needed saving. It was clear that Kelly's story struck a nerve. For a woman known for her humor, fashion, and relentless energy, this moment peeled back the curtain and showed a different side. The fiercely empathetic friend who doesn't shy away from real pain. In a follow-up interview with People, Kelly shared more insight. "The hardest part about helping someone through rock bottom," she said, "is understanding that you can't do the work for them. You can only stand beside them while they do it. But standing beside them, that can mean everything." She also credited her husband, Mark, for being her anchor during the emotional ordeal. "Mark's the calm in every storm," she laughed. "I'll be the one pacing and calling everyone, and he's just steady. Together, we make a good rescue team." Fans of Live with Kelly and Mark have long admired the couple's chemistry, but after this revelation, they've gained even more respect for the two. "It's easy to joke on TV," one fan commented online, "but this showed what kind of people they really are." By the next episode, the mood on Live had lightened again. Kelly was back to teasing Mark about his morning routine and laughing about pumpkin spice overload. But something about her energy felt deeper. Grounded. purposeful. As she wrapped up that day's show, Kelly offered one last thought that seemed to echo in every viewer's heart. Sometimes, she said, smiling gently, saving someone doesn't look dramatic. It's not a movie moment. It's a phone call, a meal, a quiet presence. If you have a friend who's struggling, don't wait for the right time. Just show up. And in that moment, Kelly Ripa reminded the world that beneath the bright lights and laughter of daytime TV lies a woman with unshakable compassion. One who doesn't just make people smile on screen, but also changes lives off of it. Because sometimes, even the smallest act of kindness can save a famous friend who's forgotten how to save themselves.